And good evening, everyone, and welcome to the digiMAX Sports Network for this presentation of Mid-Illini football. Tonight's contest between the Metamora Redbird and the Canton Little Giants. We appreciate your patience here. We fought through some technical difficulties pre-game here, but we do have assistant coach Nick Galinsky ready on the sideline with Scott. So, Scott, we'll send it down to you.
Thank you, Coach. I'm here with Metamora offensive coordinator Nick Galinsky. Coach, I thought last week you guys came out offensively played really, really well. Made some really nice adjustments at the halftime locker room. Came out in the second half and played lights out defense.
Defensively, Coach Krebs and Coach Herring and Coach Albert and Coach Castle put together. We talked a lot about what is option B. What is option C when things happen, and they had a good plan to install once we got to halftime, and kids really, really executed at a high level in the second half defensively. And I mean, it wasn't pretty early in the first half, and there's no sugarcoating that, but the adjustment in the second half really, really put the clamps on them, and they played really good defense and gave us a chance offensively to kind of to ice that one away.
I thought your offense is starting to kind of find those little niches that your good football teams always do, and you're starting to find those. Your backs are starting to find those little creases, and your linemen are starting to do a really nice job of opening up some holes.
Really thought that confidence-wise we gained some last week for sure. It was all about execution. We talked about that beforehand of executing at the little things, and I thought we really did that really well. And some of it, Coach Otto did a really good job last week of putting together, as we talked about our plan of where we felt that our strengths were up front and where our strengths were with the running backs, and how can we blend that together? And I think we maybe got a little ahead of ourselves the Washington week and just maybe tried to add a little bit too much and put a little bit too much on their plate where we felt it wasn't a big deal, but it was. So, we went back and kind of re-planned where we're at, and it's a similar plan this week, but we want to make sure the kids were confident. And I think that's what showed really in that first half. And then the second half, I thought our best drive of the night we didn't score on, and that's when we took the ball with 7:54 or whatever it was in the fourth quarter, and we took a knee.
Yeah.
And that's playing football. That says we got to lead. Let's go finish this. They know we're going to we're going to run it right at them, and we were still able to execute play after play after play. And I think that was a huge, huge confidence builder for our kids.
Like Coach Krebs said the other night in his show, that best drive of the game, you didn't even get points.
Yeah. And those are the kind of games you're looking for. You need those things, and that's what we talked about in film. That's what good football teams do. It's not all about scoring points. Sometimes it's about driving 40 yards so you're not backed up behind the goal post for the next punt. It's hard in high school to go 90 yards and score.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard, and sometimes you got to take. But when we get the ball, down on the far end, and we drive all the way down, and there's 2 more minutes, we probably find a way to score, but we didn't need it. Take a knee and let's go home.
Now you welcome in the Canton Little Giants tonight. They've had some success, but this is a team that you look at it. This is a team you got to come out and you got to kind of take it to them a little bit.
Well, we have to get off to a good start. We saw what happened last year when you don't get off to a good start against them, and they played with a different level of confidence after that. Where they were kind of down last year coming into that last game, you kind of see it on film, but we gave them that first big score, and the momentum never left them.
Yeah.
And they played some really good teams. I mean, Eureka's undefeated, and Marengo's undefeated. So it's not like they played some weak teams here. So. Number 4 is a really good player. 32 is a good player. Number 1, the quarterback's a good player. And 46, the running back, who we didn't see last year, is a big cuss. I mean, he's a big physical running back. So there's a lot on the plate to make sure that we execute what we want to get done to make sure that we can get the W in the end.
Yeah, and the one thing about it is over the years, Canton and Metamora, there's been some Donnybrooks over the years, and sometimes, you go back in the 90s, and that was a marquee football game.
You talk about the 97s and my senior year, 95, and then you've got the Joe Stam crew and with Maurer and Holisek and all those guys, Pete and all those guys. I mean, there was really, really good football then, and that you look over on the sideline and there's a coach over there that was doing it then too. So and now it's just his son that's the big dog. So. They play hard. They play physical. They're kids that, they're at a school that's undersized, but they don't play that way. So it's got to come out and we got to execute it from the get-go and really be efficient offensively to do what we want to get done and put pressure on them.
Yeah, Coach, we'll let you get going here, but good luck tonight and bring home a W.
We'll do our best.
We'll send it back up to you, Colt.
Scott, thank you. And there you have it. You heard from assistant coach and offensive coordinator Nick Galinsky. We're going to step aside take time to thank some of our sponsors, our commercials here. When we come back, we'll look around the Mid-Illini tonight. Hall of Fame night here at Metamora. Class of 2022 Hall of Fame inductees have been announced. We'll get to that when we come back here, but first let's take a time to thank some of our sponsors.
Central Illinois, you asked for it and we listened. Germantown Grill is growing, adding more dining space and a private gaming area featuring games powered by Gold Rush, the gold standard in video gaming. The game's on at Germantown Grill, off Route 116.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
And with over 13,000 financial advisors, we do it a lot. It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
For financial strategies and one-on-one advice, contact Kevin Kyle.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth. Colton Kaler here. Matt Nelson will be joining me here shortly. Ryan Fogle down on the sideline tonight. It is homecoming for the Redbirds here tonight, so the Friday parade happened. We avoided the rain today. That was a big success. Another great parade here at Metamora tonight, the game, and tomorrow, obviously, the homecoming dance for all those high school students that I get to enjoy. Let's take a look here at our Hall of Fame class. There you have it. We have 8 individuals and 3 teams going in this year. Larry Finch, head coach Derek Grebner, Lindsey Herman, Joe Stam. You might remember him from the early 2000s, multiple runs there. Emily Von Felt, Ann Cowling, Kelly Willard, and Pam Siefkin, longtime photographer for Metamora Athletics. And then the 3 teams, the 1973 football team, the 1996 football team, and the 1997 football team. So there is your Hall of Fame class of 2022 that was inducted here tonight with a pregame ceremony before we went on air. A look at tonight's matchup. Redbirds enter the contest with a record of 2-2, 1-1 in the Mid-Illini. Canton 1-3, 1-1 in the Mid-Illini as well. Canton picked up their first win last week over East Peoria, 41-0. Lost their first 3 games of the season. Week 1 to Eureka, Week 2 to Marengo, and Week 3 to Morton. They lost 35-7. Redbirds are coming off a big victory last week over the Morton Potters, 38-21. It was Kaden Hartnett that led the way. He was our Germantown Grill player of the game. We're going to step aside just for a little bit, and when we come back, we'll bring Matt in here, talk a little Redbirds and Little Giants here tonight. Keep it right here on the digiMAX Sports Network. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Colton Taylor alongside Matt Nelson, and we're going to take a look at the rivalry comparison between the two teams. Metamora leads the overall record with a 40-8-1 record over the Canton Little Giants. Metamora scored 1,700 points compared to Canton's 744 points. Largest margin of victory goes to the Redbirds' 2008 victory, 73-12. And the longest winning streak for each team, Metamora 12, Canton 3. Last time out, Redbirds lost to Canton. That was last year, week 9, up in Canton. Metamora lost 35-30. Redbirds would get into the playoffs even with the loss, but were bounced in the first round. Since then, the last loss, Matt, your senior year, 2016, on coming. I mean, what a back and forth game that was in double overtime. Metamora lost, and I'm still convinced that we won that game with Ryan Vogel down there on the sideline as the kicker.
Dude, Jay Chamberlain and Cameron Lucas were spectacular that year.
That was the year that they made a run to the playoffs, had a very good year. Ryan, I mean, what do you remember from that game as a sophomore?
Yeah, I think the main thing I remember was just I think Canton caught us a little bit off guard. We were coming off some pretty big wins against Washington, so we were pretty confident. And I think they kind of caught us off guard a little bit. But it came down to the end. I remember kicking a field goal to tie things up, get it to overtime, and for some reason that game, the Canton felt like they needed to send someone at me on the kickoff. So I think I was a little concussed on the sideline. So, but I don't know. Who knows if that field goal went at the end of the game, and I'm not sure if they crossed the goal line either. So, but I mean that was a great game.
A look around the middle line, Pekin stands alone at the top, 4-0 with a 2-0 record in the middle line. Metamora in a four-way tie for second place with Morton Dunlap and East Peoria at 2-2, 1-1 in the conference. Tied for sixth is Washington with Canton, 1-3, 1-1 record in the Middle Illini, and Limestone at the bottom, 0-4 with an 0-2 record. Around the league as well, Pekin and Morton tonight. Dunlap versus East Peoria, Washington versus Limestone, and tonight's game here. Fellas, looking at tonight's game, Canton's come in struggling a little bit. They won their last game out, but tough loss to begin the year with Eureka, lost to Marengo, and lost to the Potters. Canton has a very good running back, Lashawn Walsh, the senior. He runs very hard and someone that Metamora will be keying in on tonight. What do you think we can expect to see from this Little Giants team?
You know, if they're anything like our senior season, they're going to run a lot of whirly-bird, a lot of direct snap. They do a lot of false pulling, which pulls your linebackers the opposite way of where they're supposed to go. So big thing for Metamora is the linebackers actually just going from line to backfield and keeping an eye on that back.
Yeah, for me, I would say Lashawn Walsh is a guy they need to key in on big time. He's a guy who I got to watch. I think it was week 3 last year with Clutch Sports Media, and that's kind of when Wallace hit the scene a little bit. He kind of took us by surprise, but he is a hard, powerful runner, and he is very, very hard to take down. And they gave Morton, who was arguably the best team in the conference last year, a run for their money.
Second year for head coach Nick Wright of the Little Giants, a total record of 4-9, as the Redbirds are starting to make their way under the bleachers, led by the band here tonight. Looking at the Associated Press rankings for the class of 5A, Morris sitting at top, 4-0. Kankakee, number 2, 3-1. Muhammad Seymour at 4-0. The Sycamore Spartans at 4-0 at number 4. At number 5 in the rankings, Nazareth Roadrunners, but they have a record of 1-3. So a very tough strength of schedule there for Nazareth. Peoria High sitting in 6th place at 4-0. Morgan Park, 7th at 4-0. Glenbard South at 8th in the rankings, 4-0 as well. And 9 is Mascoutah, the Indians, at 3-1, and 10th is Highland, the Bulldogs. They beat Washington earlier this year in week 1. Starting lineups tonight, we'll go ahead and send that over first for the defensive starters.
Max Largent, senior, number 50.
Adam Sloan, junior, number 66.
Tyler Cassup, senior, number 84.
Andrew Hansen, senior, number 46.
Cameron Nickel, sophomore, 16. Dalton Shuda, senior, number 89.
Marshall Vasquez, junior, number 5.
Kaden Hartnett, senior, number 8. Avery Grebner, sophomore, number 7.
Gavin O'Loughlin, junior, number 3.
Nate Bartman, senior, number 1.
Here are your defensive starters tonight for the Redbirds. We'll keep it here right now to allow Redbirds to run on the field, and then we'll send it back for our offensive starters. Or tonight in the red home jerseys with the white pants, black helmets with the Redbird decal on it. Man, that's a very good look here tonight after the Redbirds broke out the all-black uniforms last week.
And now we're back in the all whites. I love it. Not the all whites, but the white pants. I love the white pants.
And I believe the last time we wore those was Canton in 2016.
Yep. As Metamora is going to make their way onto the field here. Redbirds looking to go to 3-2 on the year with a win here tonight over the Canton Little Giants. And now we will take time for the offensive starters.
Big Ben Wallace, senior, number 73.
Cole Cowper, senior, number 64. Ty Hodel, senior, number 65.
Ty Dykes, sophomore, number 52.
Alex Lane, junior, number 77.
Noah Simmons, senior, number 12. Broderick Schreers, senior, 86.
Nate Bartman, senior, number 1.
Tyler Cassup, senior, number 84. Cameron Davis, senior, 4. Kaden Hartnett, senior, number 8.
Welcome back to the broadcast. So Metamora did win the toss, and they deferred to the second half. So the Redbirds will kick off here tonight to start the game. No, excuse me. Canton will be kicking off to start tonight's game. So the Redbird offense will be out there first tonight. Matt, the rain stayed away a little bit. Did have a few shower storms here before the game, but a good crowd on hand here tonight for this homecoming game. Canton with the gold helmet, gold pants, white jerseys, purple trim, purple numbers. And it's Malachi Correa kicking off for the Little Giants to start tonight's game?
As long as I can remember, it always seems like looks like they have a lot of linemen kicking off.
Colton, I'm not one to get too far ahead of myself, but I would say Metamora, if they want to keep, a good playoff placement, this game is key for them.
So it's going to be a pooch kick. Metamora is going to recover it. Avery Grebner, he muffed it around the 28-ish yard line there and recovers it at the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 there for the Redbird offense. Kaden Hartnett coming off the big week last week. Over 190 yards total offense. Hartnett had 4 touchdowns, including a kick return on a blocked field goal. So it's out of the shotgun here for Hartnett on the offense. He's going to hand it off to Davis. Davis has got a big hole up the left side. He'll be out of bounds around the 43-yard line. Big first down for the Redbirds.
Good strong run.
We saw Davis make big strides last week. Matt, you even noticed he ran the ball hard and was moving players and running them over in a big first game there for Davis in the offense.
Oh, he was smacking the holes last week. If he can do the same thing this week, then the Metamora offense will be real successful.
1st and 10 here, ball on the 43-yard line. Tight formation, 2 receivers to the left. Hartnett's going to take it and roll out to his right. He's got a defender, but he's got a man. Oh, he slipped. Was looking for Tyler Cassup. That's one thing you're going to see a lot tonight, players losing their footing on the playing field.
Yeah, I think that answered our question from earlier. It might be a little slippery out there.
Yeah, along with slippery, the wind's picking up slightly down here too.
So it's Schreers and Bartman on the right as the 2 receivers, Davis in the backfield. Hartnett's going to take the snap. He's going to keep it himself. He's got a keeper. He's got a hole, but he's brought down by 32, Joseph Norton. So it's set up 3rd and about 6 for the Redbirds here. They'll give him a gain of 5, so make it 3rd and 5. Simmons will be your receiver on the right. Schreers and Bartman heading out to the left. Shoot it in at tight end. Davis in the backfield.
Canton stacking the box.
They're going to hand it off to Davis. He's going to try and get forward. He'll get over the 50, and he'll set up a 4th and short here for Metamora, an early decision for the coaching staff. We'll bring up 4th and 2, and it looks like the Redbirds offense is going to stay out there.
Yeah, they're over the 50. I'd say make a statement.
10:24 left here in the first quarter. And more on their opening drive, ball on the 49-yard line. 4th and short. The Redbirds will be out of the shotgun. Hartnett's going to take the snap. He's going to give it to Davis. Davis has got a hole. He'll get the first down and a little bit more. A big pickup there for the Redbirds on 4th down.
Again,
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, brother, again, we see that right shoulder from Cam Davis.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you this, Matt. So as primarily defensive player, does that give you confidence when your OC makes that call, say early in the game, they have faith in you and they're going to go for it on 4th down?
If in the opening drive the offense goes for a 4th down conversion, it shows a lot of confidence on their end, and to most people it is pretty demoralizing. And to convert, absolutely.
There was a flag on the play as the ball was snapped. It'll be false start against Metamora. So that'll move Metamora back. Make it 1st and 15. One thing Metamora has not done the best of jobs this year is limiting the penalties. Last week was a little bit better. We think back to that LaSalle Peru game. Boy, oh boy, did the penalties hurt Metamora, and even a couple of times in that Washington game. Penalties did set us back. So 2 receivers here. Hartnett's going to keep it. He's got a hole up the middle. He's going to try and break it. Hartnett, green grass in front of him. He's going to take it to the house. 46 yards.
It seems to me like he gets a little extra burst of speed when he hits about 15, 20 yards.
Kaden Hartnett on the quarterback keeper from 46 yards puts the Redbirds on the board. That's a simple design play there for the Redbirds. Great job by the front line to create a hole. And Hartnett scampers in. So now we'll go for the 2-point conversion. Man in motion is Cassup. Hartnett's going to keep it. Tried going for the pass. It was deflected. So the 2-point conversion is no good. But with 9:02 left play here in the first quarter, Metamora 6, Canton 0. Well, the guy that stepped up last week for the Redbirds does it again this week on the first drive. And Kaden Hartnett is really finding his stride here for the Redbirds.
Yeah, Colt, it kind of seemed on the first few plays, they got those good games, but they were just kind of missing one block. But I think you're going to see Metamora stick to the run game. They were very successful. Even on the play, a couple plays that didn't go very far. The hole was there, and there was just one little slip up. But you saw what happened as soon as they got it right.
So now Tommy Sopko will head out there. Actually, it does not look like Sopko is out there.
I was going to say, in that case, he grew about a foot.
Hard to tell the number here. The good kick, though, be received at about the 5-yard line. And they've got a hole Canton up at around the 30. That's Isaiah Sesson. And there is a flag on the play. And likely against Metamora. Oh, it's a flag against both sides, so they will offset. So penalties offset. It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Little Giants at the 31-yard line. Metamora with the 6-0 lead. It'll be Cale Barnhart under as the quarterback here tonight. Redbird defense coming up strong there on the first play.
That's a great fill by, I think, Max Largent. Yep.
And I believe Barnhart, that's a familiar name in Canton. He had a good older brother who was a lineman a few years ago.
Loss of 1 on the play as they tried to go to Lashawn Walsh early on the first play of the game. And it's Barnhart
again.
And he's got nowhere to go, met by Redbirds in the backfield. There's a flag on the play. Holding against Canton. Metamora will decline here, which will bring up 3rd and long. So now it will set up 3rd and about 17. Two big plays early by the Redbird defense. See a shift here. Barnhart in the backfield. He's going to look to pass. Under pressure, he's got a man downfield. Nate Bartman there. Great defense there from Bartman. That pass was intended for Corbin Wardley. But Bartman, it's the thing right there. It's in college, you typically have to turn around there. In high school, you don't. So now that'll set up 4th down here for the Little Giants. And it's Barnhart going to try and punt this one away. And it will be down at the 43-yard line. So great field position here for the Redbirds to start their second drive.
Just to hit on that punt a little bit, it kind of seems over the years Canton never really has special teams. They kind of just throw a few guys. They don't really have special teams units. I remember 2018, they would just kind of put a punter out there and just send 5, 6, 7 linemen down the field. So Metamora could capitalize on that.
So Hartnett in the offense back out. One receiver to the left and right. It's going to be Davis. He's going to take it up the middle, plunge forward for about a gain of 3, set up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, when there's really no hole there, I love seeing a back just put his shoulders down, put his head down, just get as much as he can.
The ball is spotted at the 40-yard line. Hendrick Schafrin into the game. He'll head out to the far side. Be Noah Simmons on the close side as the receiver. Hartnett's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Davis. Davis lowers his shoulder again, keeps the legs going, and he'll be just short, set up 3rd and 1 here for Metamora.
That's a tough run again by Cam Davis.
The best thing for Metamora is they still have 2 players just like him on the sideline that could step in at any moment.
That's a scary thing in high school to have multiple talented backs.
Out of the shotgun again, 3rd and 1. Davis is going to get the handoff. He'll plunge forward for the 1st down, and that will move the chain. Haven't seen the Redbirds air it out a lot tonight. Cam Davis has been the workhorse here early. 6:05 left to play here in the 1st quarter. Metamora with the 6-0 lead on their second drive with great field position after forcing a 3-and-out. So Bryce Hammer, man in motion. It's going to be a pass. Oh, had Simmons through the hands, and it was almost picked off there. 25, Nathan Rader. Metamora does pass, Matt. We do see a lot of the screens and a lot of the run pass option. There, had it just right through the hands.
Yeah, that is a ball I'd like to see caught and tucked.
So now it's 2nd and 10. Hartnett's going to take the snap. He's going to keep it. He's got a hole again. Can he get down there? He will. Defender missed. Tiptoes the sideline. It's in. Kaden Hartnett, his 2nd touchdown of the night. Puts the Redbirds up 12-0.
Kid's really been finding his stride the last 2 weeks.
It was 46 yards on the first drive, and now it's 32 yards on the quarterback keeper here. Kaden Hartnett, have yourself a night, young man.
Not often you say that with 5 minutes left in the first quarter, Cole.
Oh. Two-point conversion here. Davis can practically walk in, and that'll make it a 14-0 ball game in favor of Metamora. So the theme so far is Davis beginning a lot of the work, and Hartnett has been the one to cap off both drives with 2 touchdown runs here early. Matt, you talk about playing with confidence. Kaden Hartnett is playing with confidence.
Oh, absolutely, and he totally found that last week. Hopefully that can carry through the whole season.
You would like to see that. He's playing on a whole other level right now. He was the Player of the Week, nominated by Jim Matson after his great game against the Potters last week. He could be on his way to back-to-back Player of the Week here. And now we see Tommy Sopko head out there for the Redbirds. And it is recovered. 52. Daniel Murphy, and he's out of bounds in plus territory. So now the Little Giants offense will have good field position.
I'll give Mr. Murphy some credit there. That's a dangerous ball to pick up and try to run upfield.
Yeah, especially, I mean, it's soaked down here. The field is very wet, and that was pretty impressive.
So the Redbird defense made their presence known on the first drive. See what they do here. Barnhart in the backfield. He's going to hand it off Wallace. Wallace is going to get forward right back to the line of scrimmage. Marshall Vasquez was the one that met Wallace there at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd and 10. Barnhart takes a snap. That one's deflected.
That's a great play.
And it will be incomplete. Drew Hansen with the deflection there. Set up 3rd and 10.
That's a great way to get the hands up.
So 3rd and 10 here for the Little Giants. Barnhart in the backfield with Wallace. 3 receivers to the right. Look, there could have been a false start. They're going to try and throw it. It is caught. No, it is incomplete. So it'll bring 4th down up for Canton.
Great pressure by Hansen again.
I'm not saying this is a, you're in do or die mode already, but you're down 14-0 here early. You're in plus territory. I think you got to go for this. If you're Canton, then they will.
Absolutely.
Arguably, we may see a punt here from Barnhart. No, he's going to fake it, and it's Wallace. They will get the 1st down. They went with the fake punt, and they pick up the 1st down. A little trickery there from Canton. Redbird defense caught by surprise there. Down to the 26. Couldn't quite tell what they were going to do based on their formation, the way they lined up. And Wallace just rolls out to the left. Barnhart finds him. First and 10 here for the Little Giants. Correa is the man in motion. They're going to hand it off to Wallace. Wallace is going to get forward, but there is a flag on the play. Call is holding against Canton. Well, that'll move him back 10 yards, and we will replay first down. Barnhart's going to take it. He's going to roll out to his right. He's got a man open. It's Correa, and he'll get the penalty yardage almost back, just short of the original line of scrimmage.
Now, I do believe this is a fairly experienced team. I remember these names from last year, and they weren't just substitute names. These were starter names, so you have some experience on this offense.
2nd and 12 here. Ball in the 28. Correa, the man in motion. They're going to give it to Wallace. He's met in the backfield, swallowed up. That's Dalton Shuda. I believe it is. Dalton Shuda. Just shooting through the gap. Set up 3rd and 15 for Canton. Barnhart found his man open. Redbird defense looked like they slipped. Corbin Worley into the end zone for the Little Giants. On 3rd and 15 from the 32. Canton strikes. They will attempt the extra point. Malachi Correa. Oh, they're going to fake it. They tried going for a little trickery there again, and they won't get it. So, a little bit of a break there for the Redbirds. 2:39 left to play here in the opening quarter. Metamora 14, Canton 6. Take this time to thank some of our sponsors. Zobrist Insurance. Insurance the right way, the human way. Call 309-367-4400. Snyder Village, your place to call home. Call 309-367-4300 or visit SnyderVillage.com. Metamora Fields open for lunch and dinner Wednesday through Saturday. You can get a tea time as well. Call 309-367-4000. Roderick Schreiers and Mark Frederick back deep to return here for the Redbirds. Some scores around the middle line as Gray gets the kick here. They're going to try the onside, and Canton's going to get it. But I believe, I think there was.
The Metamora coaches down here believe that Canton had touched that before it went 10 yards.
And I believe the referee on our side knows or thought that it was touched early as well. He immediately motioned to Coach Grebner, nodding his head that it was touched early. And there is a flag.
It looks like illegal block is going to be the call.
Yeah, I
Illegal block.
believe they tried to block before we were allowed to come get the ball.
Yeah, we're going to go with a re-kick here.
Yes, so Canton will have to re-kick because Metamora was not allowed to field the onside kick.
Yeah, I don't think you can do another onside kick with this field position to possibly give us the ball for 40.
Nick Wright is beside himself currently. And he is pleading his case. Now Canton will re-kick here from the 30-yard line. Scores around the middle line. Dunlap up 15-0 over East Peoria. Washington 14-0 over Limestone. Our last update, Pekin 7, Morton 0 on a 2-yard touchdown run from Tanner Sprecher. So there is a flag here now. One can only imagine what was said there on the sideline.
He's pacing.
Now we will wait even longer for the kickoff here. Because now we'll have to move it 15 more yards. And so now Canton will be kicking off from their own 15-yard line. Matt, is this the furthest, back we've seen a kickoff here, at least in high school memories?
I do think so.
We saw a college game last week where I believe Purdue was kicking off from their own 10.
Oh, Johnny Brunton would hate to hear that.
So good kick here. It's going to be Schreier that's going to get it. Does have a few blocks. He'll get across the 50. Trying to keep him up, and he'll be down around the 46-yard line. So a good kick there. And a flag on the play.
We got someone down.
I believe it's Schreier that's down. There's a personal foul against Metamora. So that will move us back.
Seeing a couple of those already.
To the 39-yard line.
Looking like a possible leg injury down here. Yeah, the trainers down here looks like they're going to pull out the leg sleeves. Fortunately,
They are going to bring an ambulance over for a stretcher here.
Oh, you never like to see that. G6.
See the stretcher being brought out on the field. During this timeout, we're going to take some time to thank some of our sponsors. Metamora McDonald, Mason Funeral Home in Metamora and Germantown Hills. Martin Sign. Greater Peoria's digital sign expert. Visit martinsignservice.com. Logo wear, custom embroidery, and screen printing. Call 309-367-2333 for all your Redbird gear needs.
Yeah, Colton, that's going to be Schreer's down here.
Corey's Grill and Bar can be found on Route 116, 309-383-4551. Kirby Foods, proud sponsors of the Metamora Redbirds, open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Goodfield State Bank, here to serve you for all your financial needs. Call the Metamora location at 309-367-2345. Commerce Bank, proud to support Metamora High School athletics. Find them at 1 Inglewood Drive in Metamora. SFQ, not a bank, better. So we are going to step aside here. We're going to send it to our title screen. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be back here on the digiMAX Sports Network. Keep it here for the continued coverage. So play will resume here in Metamora. Redbird's offense back out there. The injury to Broderick Schreier. Just an unfortunate scene here, but the game continues. Mark Frederick with the carry. Gain of 4 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 6 for the Redbirds. Handoff here. Mark Frederick, he's going to go backwards. He may have got back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll stay 3rd and 6 here. Does this bring up a passing situation here for the Redbirds, Matt?
Absolutely. If you watch Canton most of the game, they've been stacking the box. So, a backside post or anything deep, they would not be expecting it at all. Even if you could sneak in, a deep slant or crossing route behind the 2 safeties, at 6 yards.
High snap. Hartnett's going to keep it. He's got a block. He's down. Could he go for his 3rd of the night? Kaden Hartnett to the house for a touchdown.
Or just let Hartnett take the ball. That works too.
Kaden Hartnett, 67 yards. My goodness. He strikes again for the 3rd time this quarter. Kaden Hartnett going the distance.
3rd touchdown in 1 quarter. If I'm not mistaken, that's something a little old name Jacob Mitchell used to do.
The Redbirds will line up for the 2-point conversion. They're going to give it to Davis, and he won't get it. So the score will stay 20-16. 1:03 left in the 1st quarter. It's going to be another late night here in Metamora. It's going on 8:15, and we're still here in the 1st quarter. Redbirds with the big lead.
Guys, not going to lie, the mood's definitely been dampened a bit down on the sideline, but the team's doing a good job of rallying and telling him as they were taking him off that they were going to play for him, so that was nice to hear. But wow, it is just mood killer to see someone lose their season like that.
So 46-32, and now 57 for Kaden Hartnett, his touchdown run this evening. Hartnett could put up 190 yards by himself here, let alone in the 1st quarter. Get a kick here. This one's deep.
Another nice one.
Oh, he slips. An unfortunate situation there for Canton. And now they will be at their own 3-yard line to start this drive, 1st and 10. Ryan Morgan in there for Metamora to kick it deep. And they will give him the 4-yard line. But Corbin Worley, the touchdown receiver for the Canton Little Giants on their last drive, slips and falls. Now Canton's backed up deep inside their own zone. Like Metamora's going to stack the box defensively. They're going to hand it off out of the eye.
It's still up.
Still up as the whistles blow. They're going to give him a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Vasquez and Largent in on the tackle for the Redbirds. Canton will have to run one more play here before the end of the quarter. Under 30 seconds. Out of the shotgun, Barnhart and Wallace. Barnhart's going to keep it. He's going to pass. And he had Worley open. Out of bounds around the 9. Nate Bartman forces him out of bounds. They'll set up third and short, but not before our first quarter of play comes to an end. Metamora leading 20-6 after one quarter of play. Go back and thank more of our sponsors.
Central Illinois, you asked for it and we listened. Germantown Grill is growing, adding more dining space and a private gaming area featuring games powered by Gold Rush, the gold standard in video gaming. The game's on at Germantown Grill, off Route 116.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
And with over 13,000 financial advisors, we do it a lot. It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
For financial strategies and one-on-one advice, contact Kevin Kyle.
So it'll set up 3rd and 6 here. Big down here for both teams. Barnhart's going to look to pass. He's got a man, but there is a flag coming in deep.
Referee threw that flag about 18 yards.
It was a good toss there from the referee.
Yeah, showing a little arm strength.
Personal foul against the Redbirds. So that'll give Canton the first down. Metamora coaching staff still trying to understand the call there.
Oh, fumble.
That ball almost came out, but Barnhart slipped. Little miscommunication on who was taking the ball there. A loss of 2.
Guys, it just seems like this rain down here just won't go away. It's kind of that naggy, annoying rain that just not giving anything a chance to dry up. So I would expect to see a little bit more of the run game.
So it's out of the shotgun. Barnhart's going to look to throw again. They get a screen pass. Correa, and he'll be out of bounds around the 29-yard line.
Besides right now, I guess.
Yeah, 4 to me seems to be a strong kid.
Set up 3rd down here.
Colton, I really couldn't tell it's raining from up here, brother.
Yeah, you know, it's the nice luxury of being up in the press box. It's warm, it's heated. Last week they brought pork chops up for us very generously. You know, it is the luxury that we do get.
Now
third down here. Barnhart, he's going to scramble. He's got a man open, and he's found him. It's number 3 for the Little Giants, Caden Otto. He's going to reverse field.
Oh,
He's
boy.
got green grass in front of him. It's a foot race to the end zone, but Hartnett comes up big and shoves him out of bounds around the 7-yard line.
Guys, the coaches down here are in full belief that there was a cut and block in the back down here. They are not happy at all. And that makes about 3 plays in a row that they have not been very happy.
64 yards on the connection from Barnhart to Otto. So 1st and goal here for the Little Giants.
Great cutback and to use his teammate's block right there downfield. But Colton, to go back on the food we were talking about with the pork chops, I did see we got ribeye sandwiches or steak sandwiches here tonight.
I had one before the game. Top notch. Top notch, I must say.
Halftime it is.
I'm a food person myself. Hand off here to Wallace. He's found his blockers, lowers
Oh,
the
boy.
shoulder with the reach. And he's in for the touchdown. Touchdown Canton on the 7-yard run. Lashawn Walsh.
That's just a display of power right there.
96-yard drive there. Set up by a penalty and a big gain to set up 1st and goal. So Canton will go for 2. Try and make this a 6-point game. Barnhart kept it, and he's got a man wide open for the 2-point conversion. So this makes it a 20-14 Metamora lead on the 2-point conversion to Correa. Right after Metamora seemed like they were going to be in control of this one, they caught a fortunate break, putting Canton at their own 4, but the Little Giants responded in a big way. Scores around the middle line in the 2nd quarter. Morton 7, Pekin 7. Dunlap 28, East Peoria 0. Washington 27. No, excuse me. Washington 35, Limestone 0. Limestone is eliminated if they lose tonight from postseason contention. Kick here. Hartman will get it at the 25, try and find a few blockers, but he'll get to the 30-yard line. Set up 1st and 10. I don't know if you noticed it, but it looked like there was 2 players here, 99. Bradley Walters brought one of our players over to the sideline.
I think that was young Cassip down there. But I may be wrong.
If you've ever seen the movie The Blind Side, when Michael Orr takes the opposing player to the bus, that's a little bit of what it looked like right there.
Oh, absolutely.
1st and 10 here for the Redbirds. Flag on the play. Likely a false start here against Metamora. It is.
Just hearing some of the talk on the sideline here, one line I heard is, "We just need to regroup here and not panic," and that's exactly right. They're facing a little deflating atmosphere here, and a score here would be huge.
Handoff here to Davis. He'll get that penalty yardage right back. Set up 2nd and 9.
You know, Canton's got 5 guys in on the tackle. When I see 4 linemen behind the running back with the ball, I'd like to see them get behind him and push him forward.
So it's out of the shotgun again here for the Redbirds. Hand off. Hartnett's going to roll out to his right. Pass was deflected, but still caught over the middle. Tough play there. James Fitzgibbon.
That's how you draw it up.
That is very much how you don't draw it up, but you'll take a break when you can get it. It'll move the chains at the Metamora first down. Matt, how deflating is that for a defense right there? You think you get possibly set up a 3rd and 9, and just a fortunate break there for the Redbird.
Oh, you hate to see that as a defense.
Hammer in motion. They're going to hand it off Davis. Davis found a hole, broke a tackle, and he'll get forward for a gain of 8 yards.
Another tough run by Davis.
Set up 2nd and 2. Hammer in motion again. They're going to give it to Davis again. And he'll get forward and yet another first down. Tell you what, the Metamora front 7, they are doing some work here tonight. Redbirds in Little Giant territory. Hartnett's going to keep it himself. He's found another hole. Oh, lowers his shoulder. Kaden Hartnett.
I love to see that out of a quarterback.
Down to the 35. But there is a flag on the play. And it's a holding against Metamora.
Matt, you mentioned that you like to see quarterbacks lower their shoulder like that. And sometimes it seems like more fumbles are caused when quarterbacks try to do too much. They get that ball out wide. And sometimes it's just best to lower the shoulder and tuck the ball in.
Oh, absolutely.
Now 1st and 16 for Metamora. Davis is going to get the handoff. That ball came out. And Canton has recovered.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that, Colt.
Canton takes over on the fumble and in Metamora territory. 1st and 10 for the Little Giants. Not sure what number that was there defensively for Canton that popped the ball out. You can tell by the excitement on their sideline.
You notice from last play to now, Hartnett moved about 3 feet. Kid doesn't come out a whole lot.
They're going to try and chuck one deep here, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Worley again. Bartman in there defensively for the Redbirds.
The connection with those two is pretty impressive. I mean, the passes he's putting are right on the chest, and that's a very catchable ball, probably if it wasn't so wet out. But, I mean, that's a good throw.
That was a beautiful ball. It's just out of the corner's reach. It's where the receiver can only get it. It's just on the receiver to make a play at that point.
And I like where we have Hartnett positioned right now. He's kind of playing that center field type, kind of baiting him to throw it here.
They're going to run another pass play here, just overthrown there. And there's a flag there.
Looks like we got a personal foul or a late hit.
Personal foul on Canton. And it was after the play, so it will stay 3rd down. This will set up 3rd and very long here for Canton. 19 yards. They're going to keep it here. It's now going to be 3rd and 29. Surveying, overthrows Worley again. So it'll now be 4th and 29. For Canton, that's just a penalty you cannot take. You force Metamora the turnover, and then a personal foul sets you way back here. Punts away, and fair caught by Hartnett. So with 7:13 left to play in the first half, Metamora 20, Canton 14. They like to see here for Metamora. Give the ball to Davis right away again. See if he can build his confidence back up. And they are going to give it to... Oh, Hartnett's actually going to keep it. I thought Davis had the ball, but Kaden Hartnett will rush forward for 12 yards to move the chains for a Metamora first down.
Kaden Hartnett reminded me a lot of Coach Kurt Ryan back in the day in practice. He was killing it at QB.
He's got the hot hand right now.
1st and 10 for the Redbirds. Handoff Davis. So plunge forward for about a gain of 3. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Guys, rain down here is definitely picking up a little bit. It's starting to get more and more wet as we go on.
Out of the shotgun here. Metamora is going to take their first time out. Take this time to thank some sponsors. SEFQ, not a bank, better. Commerce Bank, proud to support Metamora High School athletics. Commerce Bank, member FDIC. Challenge accepted.
You missed that birthday announcement. #1 fan in Metamora history, Paul Schwenk, birthday boy.
Happy birthday to Paul. Hartnett up the right side. He'll be out of bounds around the first down marker. They're going to mark him just short. It'll be 3rd and 1. Redbirds will face a 3rd and short here. Davis in the backfield. Simmons on the close side, Schaffer on the far side, and the flag on the play. Ball start against Metamora, so that will move Metamora back. Make it 3rd and 6. Looks like the center just did not snap the ball.
Yeah, from down here, it's just looking like it's going to be one of those grind games. It's going to be a gritty game, and they're just going to have to get through this one with a win. And it's cold, it's rainy, and sometimes not all the focus is on the game. And this is a special week, but this is going to take a little bit of grit to get through this one.
Hartnett's going to keep it here, and it'll be 4th and short. Set up 4th and about 2. Offense likely to stay out there for the Redbirds.
I think Hartnett takes this one.
Hartnett's going to take the snap. He's going to go to the right side, and he's found a hole. Kaden Hartnett. He's going to get to the end zone again.
That's a beautiful cut.
The 4th time tonight the senior quarterback's found the end zone. 43 yards. That's put Kaden Hartnett over 200 yards here in the first half alone on that touchdown run. We will go for the 2-point conversion here. Hartnett's going to take the snap, and he's got a hole wide open. He's in for the 2-point conversion. So that makes it Metamora 28, Canton 14 with 4:50 left to play here in the first half.
Now, Colton, here while they're transitioning, and I got a minute to ask, halftime, how long do you think that steak sandwich line's going to be?
Ooh. It could be a decent length, but there is going to be a little bit longer of a halftime tonight, both for the band and for the homecoming attendance to go through. So you do have to remember that.
It kind of seems like one of those weeks where it's just like, hasn't rained in a while. Like, man, of course it has to rain on Friday at 7 p.m. on homecoming night. It's kind of one of those frustrating things, and I was lucky when I played, didn't have too many rainouts. As a player, it's like, you wouldn't mind a 70-degree Friday night to play some football.
Yeah, Ryan, you remember being up with me your sophomore year playoffs, how cold our games were, brother.
Yeah, we had a rain out in there.
Ryan Morgan's going to pooch this one down the middle of the field. Canton's going to field it on a hop. Tried to deliver a big hit. The Redbird defender there. But Canton will start with the ball at the 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
Beautiful spin move by Isaiah Session there.
Plenty of time here for the Little Giants to mount a drive, try and get back in this one. They face a 14-point deficit with 4:44 left to play in the first half. Barnhart out of the backfield. He's going to drop back, facing pressure, going backwards, and he's going to go down for the sack.
That's Drew Hansen again.
Drew Hansen in there defensively for the Redbirds. Tyler Cassip in there to help finish him off. Now sets up 2nd and 21. Barnhart looks to pass again. Found a man. Open. Worley. And he'll get back up just short of the original line of scrimmage.
Something kind of out of the ordinary. You don't really, as you think about over the years, imagine Canton as a throwing team. You kind of imagine it as they're going to little misdirection offense, pound the ball down your throat, and they're throwing the ball well. They're throwing the ball very well.
Pass here again, caught by Correa. And it'll set up 4th and short for Canton. 4th and about 4. See if possible hard count here. See if they can get the Redbirds to jump.
Yeah, I don't think they give it back to Hartnett.
They're going to go for it, and it's deflected and picked off. Deflected by the defensive line. And I believe that was Vasquez in there on the catch. The Redbirds take over on the turnover. 3 minutes left to play here in the first half. Metamora a chance to get a 3-touchdown lead. Hartnett, they go with the screen. Lateral, they're going to go with the double pass. Mark Frederick slipped. They tried going with a little trickery there, but there's a flag on the play.
It was a little bit broken, but I mean, it was there, and it, without a slip at the end, that's probably gone.
They're going with an illegal block on Metamora.
I like the play call, though.
So the illegal block is a spot foul. But we'll stay. Yes, it'll still be first down. The ball at the 34-yard line. Hartnett found Simmons over the middle. Big pickup there on first down. That will set up 2nd and 15. 2-back set. They're going to give it to Frederick. He's going to bounce off a tackle. He'll be down around the 45-yard line, set up 3rd and 6 here for Metamora. Very manageable 3rd down here for the Redbirds. Hartnett's going to take the snap and keep it. And he'll get forward very close to the first down marker. Depending on the spot, it looks like Hartnett did pick up the first down. And he did. .134. Clock is ticking. Hartnett's going to drop back. Screen pass. Hartman He's open. Can't avoid the big man coming across the middle. That's 32, Joseph Norton. A gain of 1 on the play. Hartnett's going to keep it, run up the right side, and he'll be out of bounds, short of the first down marker.
Good awareness there to just run out of bounds instead of trying to do too much.
Kaden Hartnett making a big and early case for Germantown Grill player of the game.
He's got all 4 touchdowns, right?
He does have all 4 touchdowns here tonight.
In the first half.
In the first half, yes. All on long runs. As it brings up 3rd and 4. Hartnett's going to keep it. He's got a hole. He'll slip forward and pick up the first down. Kaden Hartnett just going to work as Metamora takes their second timeout. I believe. No, they did not take a timeout, so clock is winding here.
I just love seeing a QB unafraid of contact.
Hartnett's going to try and air this one out. Found Simmons across the middle. The first down there. Clock will stop. And now, Metamora will take a timeout. So Metamora will have 1 timeout left here. 30 seconds left on the clock. Metamora 28, Canton 14, but Redbird's threatening here. All on the 16-yard line.
Guys, I feel like a broken record saying this, but the pass game is just impressing me right now. It's still raining, and it's not necessarily light rain. I mean, it's coming down pretty good. I can see the drops on my jacket. I'm looking up at the lights. Like, it's raining pretty good, and both teams just passing very well.
Sideline reporter Ryan Vogel. Ryan sticking it out of the weather for us here tonight. Hopefully he brought his warm clothes. It is a little chilly.
Well, I get paid the big bucks, Colton.
1st and 10 here. Man of motion's hammer. Hartnett's going to keep it. Make a move. And he'll be down around the 14, 15-yard line, and Metamora will take their last timeout.
Canton's been up in the box all game. All 11 guys up within 6 yards. At this point, I'd say you throw one to the back pylon here in the final 25 seconds and see what happens with it.
Couple of shots here for Metamora. See what they can bring up.
Because like you said, Ryan, the pass game has been pretty effective in terms of accuracy right now. And all of our passes have been going over the middle, so they're already cheating toward the middle. So if you throw one up at the outside, I don't think it'll be anything they're expecting.
Yeah, and most of these passes are contested, too. So that's the other impressive part. And I remember watching Canton last year. Their quarterback, Nick Oldfield, they're missing him, but it looks like they have a pretty good replacement.
So Hartnett's going to take a snap, roll out to his left. He's going to try and find a man in the end zone. And he does! Kendrick Shaffrin! Touchdown, Redbird! It's a 14-yard strike to Kendrick Shaffrin from Kaden Hartnett. That puts the Redbirds up 20, 34-14 with 2-point conversion coming. There's going to be a flag. Ball start against Metamora. Moving back 5 yards. We'll try a 2-point conversion here. Redbird strike with just 17 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. It's their 20-point lead.
By the way, Matt, nice call on the pass.
I play a lot of Madden, Ryan.
Hartnett's going to keep it, roll out to his left. Had a man, but it's incomplete. Looked like Hartnett could have just took off with that one and ran with it. Tried to fit it in there for Simmons. But the Redbirds will keep their 20-point lead. It's 34-14. 17.6 left to play here in the first half.
Coming from a former special teams guy, I imagine this is probably a squib situation for Metamora, and it's pretty good conditions, actually. So you want to send those guys down there. That's probably going to be a hard kick, low liner on the ground that's going to roll weird. And maybe we can sneak some guy down there and get a recovery.
Yeah, Ryan, I agree with you.
So with a 20-point lead, Redbirds have to go back out there and kick here. Ryan Morgan out there. And Morgan kicks one deep around the 15. Ooh. Drew Hansen throwing a big block there on the return. Little Giants will get around the 29-yard line. Isaiah Sessions.
You know, this game, I'm starting to like another new player, Drew Hansen.
Drew Hansen, our week 2 player of the game.
Kid loves to hit.
And our punter, too. Good punter.
Can's going to bring out trips right. Out of the shotgun, it's a short pass. Otto on the reception, and he'll be down. And that will do it for the first half. Metamora will take a 34-14 lead into the halftime locker room. What an impressive first half here from the Redbirds.
Good job by Avery Prebner there on the last play to fight the block off and come up and make the hit.
So we will step aside, and when we come back, we'll have the first half stats, then the second half. Keep it right here on the digiMAX Sports Network. Welcome back to the broadcast booth. Colton Kaler here with you. Go ahead with our halftime stats here. First for Canton. On the ground, 8 attempts for negative 16 yards, but they do have one touchdown. In the air, 9 completions on 14 attempts, 165 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 149 of total offensive yards for the Little Giants in the first half. For the Redbirds, it was the story of Kaden Hartnett. 12 carries, 227 yards, and 4 touchdowns for Hartnett in the first half. Mark Frederick, 3 carries for 12 yards, and Cam Davis, 11 carries for 62 yards, the total of 26 carries, 301 yards rushing. Receiving, 2 catches, 24 yards for Simmons. Fitzgibbons, 1 catch, 9 yards. Bartman, 1 catch, 1 yard. Shafran, 1 catch, 14 yards, and a touchdown. Hartnett passing, 5 completions, 7 attempts, 48 yards, and a touchdown. Total offense for the Redbirds, 349 yards, 5 touchdowns, and a 20-point lead, 34-14. Take this time to thank our sponsors. Goodfield State Bank. Visit them at goodfieldstatebank.com or the Metamora location. Also in Eureka, Goodfield, and Roanoke. Kirby Foods, proud sponsors of the Metamora Redbirds. Open 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. You can find them on Facebook as well. Corey's, great place to stop after the game here tonight. Route 116 in Germantown Hills. Call 309-383-4551. And to Corey's, get some good chicken wings. Logo wear, custom embroidery and screen printing. T-shirts, polos, sportswear, hats, masks, and more. Find them on the town square. Call 309-367-2333. Martin Sign, Greater Peoria's digital sign experts. Visit them at martinsignservice.com. Mason Funeral Home. Find them in Metamora and Germantown Hills. Proud sponsor of the Metamora Redbirds. Metamora McDonald's. They are open late, so you might still have a chance to get there tonight after the game. Stop by on your way home. Metamora Fields, proud sponsor of Metamora football. Open to the public. Open for lunch and dinner. The restaurant as well. Wednesday to Saturday, 11 a.m., 9 p.m. Call 309-367-4000 for your tea time or dinner reservation. Snyder Village, your place to call home. You can visit them at snydervillage.com or call 309-367-4300. Soberest Insurance and Benefits. Call 309-367-4400. Insurance the right way, the human way. Go visit Dean Zobrist.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
And with over 13,000 financial advisors, we do it a lot. It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
For financial strategies and one-on-one advice, contact Kevin Kyle.
Central Illinois, you asked for it and we listened. Germantown Grill is growing, adding more dining space and a private gaming area featuring games powered by Gold Rush, the gold standard in video gaming. The game's on at Germantown Grill off Route 116.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth. Just moments away from the start of the second half. Matt Kaden Hartnett, if he's looking for that Germantown Grill player of the game yet again here this week.
Now that we're back, Colton, I have some unfortunate news for you, brother.
What's that?
Well, I activated my inner Walter Payton, made it down to the concession before just about anybody else, and they were out of steak sandwiches.
Oh, a travesty here tonight in Metamora. We have run out of steak sandwiches.
But
there's always next week.
I replaced it with 4 pork chops.
Not a bad trade-off.
They got the job done.
So Redbirds will kick off here to start the second half.
You know, it's hard to tell from up here, but it looks like the rain has stopped.
Yes, it has, finally.
You'll love to hear that, don't you, Ryan?
You better not jinx it, Matt.
Kickoff is deep. Returned by the Little Giants. Well, that ball pops out. There's a flag on the play, but that ball did come out. Great hit. Drew Hansen recovered. It's a holding against Canton, and the Redbirds are going to take over.
That hit was by 10.
Hit by 10. Nick Rhodes. That ball popped out. The Redbirds are going to take over.
Sorry, 18.
18.
Numbers curl up.
Nick Vespa with the hit.
Well, that's a great way to start the second half for Metamora.
I mean, that ball popped out hard. And now, Metamora set up great field position here.
Yeah, pretty good field position.
Hartnett takes the snap, hands it off. Mark Frederick falls forward. About a gain of 4, maybe 5. Second and about 6. Oh, we're off to a quick start here in the third quarter. Metamora would love to extend that lead. Kaden Hartnett with 4 touchdowns. We were trying to remember the last time we had a player go for 5 touchdowns or more for Metamora. Here's Mark Frederick up the middle. He's in for the touchdown.
Metamora's got him 2 more years after this.
Mark Frederick from 19 yards out. He puts the Redbirds up 40-14. What a play there. Quick turn of events. Canton hoping to get back in this one with a score to start the second half. They fumble the kickoff. And a couple plays later, Metamora is in the end zone. Redbirds will line up for the 2-point conversion. Cast up the man in motion. Hand off to Davis. And he will not get the 2-point conversion. So the score will stay Metamora 40, Canton 14. Just 50 seconds off the clock here in the second half.
And I don't want to speak too soon here, Colton, but at some point you probably do think about getting Hartnett out of there, especially with the slippery, wet conditions. Just something to think about for hopefully the near future.
2 plays, 23 yards, the touchdown drive there for the Redbirds. But Ryan, you are exactly right. Probably one more score, and you see Kaden Hartnett and probably many other starters out of this game. Ryan Morgan back in to kick. He's going to kick this one deep through the back of the end zone. Great kick there from Ryan Morgan.
No shortage of energy down here on the sideline. Every time Metamora scores, Dalton Shooter comes and yells at me, let me know how many touchdowns they've got. So energy down here right out of the gate.
Dalton Shooter, quite the character.
One of these drives, I'm just going to let him put the headphones on.
So Barnhart out of the shotgun. Hand off Wallace. He'll get forward for a gain of 3. Bring up 2nd and 7. Tyler Cassup and Dalton Shuda in on the tackle. Barnhart to Wallace again. And he was stuffed pretty well at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd and 7 here. So out of the shotgun here. Barnhart's going to take it. Look to pass. Has a man. Great defense there from Avery Grebner to knock that pass down and make it 4th down. Man, I don't know about you, but it looked like number 3 there for Canton. Didn't look like he was running that route all too hard.
No, if you've been watching Canton this drive, they're a little bit demoralized, it seems like. Not a whole lot of energy.
They're going to punt this one away. They'll take a little giant roll and be down around the 43-yard line. So a quick 3 and out by the Redbird defense puts Metamora offense back on the field.
Yeah, and on that punt, I noticed Metamora didn't really put a guy back in true punt return. I think their thought process is that they're backed up, and with this wet field, they'd rather just take the field position the punter's going to give them and then take a chance with the fumble.
Especially with the way your offense is rolling right now. Just get away from the ball and put your offense on the field. Hartnett's going to take the high snap. He'll give it to Frederick again. He'll go forward for 5 yards. Set up 2nd and 5.
He's limping.
The freshman, Jadon Cranford, has entered the game with the 2-back set. Snap to Hartnett. They're going to give it to Davis. Davis has got a hole. He's going to bounce it up the left side. It'll be a 1st down Metamora. Morton and Pekin are still tied at 7 after 3, and Kanye Tyler has left the game with an injury. We'll wait more on an update there, but late in the 4th quarter, a big blow for the Dragons.
Never good to hear that.
No.
1st and 10 here for the Redbirds. Hand off to Cranford. Makes a man miss. He'll get forward for a gain of 4. Bring up 2nd and 6.
And on the injury down here, it just appears to be a little bit of a rolled ankle. Doesn't look to be anything too serious, but he is getting checked out on the sideline.
Elsewhere around the state, Crete Monet up 42-28 on Joliet Catholic after 3 quarters of play. Be the first loss of the year for the Hilltoppers if the score stands. Hand off here. It's Davis. Davis runs right to the defender. The defender actually helps him and throws him forward about a yard.
32 with a little hip toss.
Hey, it looked more like a wrestling move than anything there. Set up 3rd and 2.
Called when you're picking up haystacks on the farm. That's how you grow them.
Oh, yeah.
Jadon Cranford. Metamora's got him for a few more years.
The young freshman. Hartnett out of the shotgun. He's going to take the high snap. Cranford was tripped up in the backfield. Bring up 4th down. A loss of 2. 4th and 4. Offense is going to stay out there. See this drive, some of the snaps have been a little higher. Not sure if conditions are playing into that there, but again, 2-back set here. Hartnett's going to roll out to his left. He's going to run, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. There's a flag on the play.
Did I see possibly a little horse collar in there or face mask?
You would have to assume they're likely one of the two. Yeah, you might be right there, Ryan. It is a face mask on Canton. So Metamora had the 1st down either way, but to get 5 more yards here. Likely to see Metamora run the ball here for the rest of the night. And wind this clock. Here's handoff Cranford. He'll bounce forward for about a gain of 4. Bring up 2nd and 6.
Now, once again, not trying to set anything in stone too early, but this is kind of getting to those times where you get those 2nd and 3rd string guys in, and it kind of gets them ready in case of an emergency. So if someone goes down week 8, week 9, you have guys with experience.
5:58 left here in the 3rd quarter. Handoff Davis. Davis has got a hole. He'll fall forward. Likely for a 1st down.
Ryan, I got to agree with you.
Yeah, it seems to be the teams who struggle the most is when you get in those late games, late in the season, and maybe you've been eliminated from playoff contention, and you still got those starters running out there when you're getting blown out or you're blowing someone out. It's very underestimated part of the game is getting those 2nd and 3rd string guys in, because when you put them in, you want them to have at least a little bit of experience.
So 1st down here. Handoff Cranford, and he's going backwards. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12. Kanye Tyler did return to the game. Pekin up 15-7 late in the 4th quarter. Make that 14-7 your final. Pekin over Morton. So next week, Metamora will travel to Pekin over there at Pekin Memorial Stadium to take on the Dragons. Metamora could shake up the entire Middle Illini if they decide to pull one off. 2nd and 12 here, 4:35. Hartnett's going to fake the handoff rollout. He's going to fire it across the middle. Incomplete. Trying to fit that one in there.
Oh, well,
Fitzgibbon.
Ryan, it does seem I jinxed you, brother.
Yeah, thanks, Matt.
You're welcome, brother.
The hood's coming up, and the crowd.
And here comes the rain.
Umbrellas.
Now, the rain's not hitting me up here, though, Ryan.
You got it all up there. 4 pork chops, cover, some heat up there.
Hand off here, Cranford. Make the man miss up the middle. Touchdown, Redbird. Kaden Cranford. 22 yards out, and the freshman takes it in.
Now, I know the freshman's got to find some confidence in that.
Is that our first Cranford touchdown?
I believe it is our first Cranford touchdown.
First of many.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, he broke a lot of the records at the grade school he went to over at Germantown Hills in terms of track. So the kid's got some real speed to him.
And the Redbirds did go for the extra point there. It's up and good from Ryan Morgan. Makes it 47-14. What a run there by the freshman. 4:22 left to play in the third quarter. Metamora 47, Canton 14. One more score, and we will have running clock.
Bro is in these home bleachers now.
I will say I am surprised about the amount of people that have stuck around for this game.
Always got to be a little disappointing when the rain scatters the crowd, though. I've definitely seen some bigger homecoming games, and actually, probably the biggest one I've seen was Matt back in 2016 against Canton. These bleachers were filled probably the most I've ever seen.
Got a great shot there of the rain coming down.
So, Ryan, about that game, I was actually having to run to the sideline to get the calls from Coach Grebs because I could not hear a thing on the field.
Ryan Morgan going to kick this one. That's 22 on the return. 32, excuse me. He found a hole, but he slipped. And there's the flag. A dumb penalty there by the Redbirds, quite honestly.
I think they could possibly be upset if he gave him the shove back. And that's going to go back to the Pat Ryan quote. It feels like I say it every week. They're always going to get the second guy.
That was Norton on the return. He slipped and fell. See the call here. Personal foul, Metamora. And personal foul on Canton. So they offset. Canton will take over first and 10 from the 50-yard line.
For field conditions down here, definitely not as muddy as I thought it was going to be. Field is holding up very well. The white pants aren't as dirty as I thought they were going to be.
You know, Ryan, Coach Kurt Ryan's done a beautiful job of maintaining this grass over the years.
And Colton, I know Colton's been saying this for years. I mean, this is the best grass field you can find in the Midwest as far as high school goes.
Absolutely.
The paint job, week after week, I mean, it's very aesthetically pleasing.
And I remember hearing a story about when some Chicago reporters coming down here and they said something about this being turf. They looked at it at first and they thought it was turf, but nope, it's grass.
Pass incomplete there from Barnhart and intended for Correa. Bring up second and 10.
Colton, I'd imagine the fourth quarter will be filled with a lot of new names.
Yes, I would think we might try and get this one to running clock, and then from there. But Canton likely in 4-down territory here. Barnhart rushing back. He's going to slough that one up. And they're going to give him the completion. Caden Otto on the reception. So set up third and short here. Avery Grebner did a great job, honestly, of playing pretty good defense there, but just an even better catch from Otto.
And Cale Barnhart on the run, delivering a shot right in the breadbasket.
Add pressure in the backfield. So third and short here. They're going to run a gospel pitch. Oh, he does get it to Wallace. Wallace is going to pick up the first down. They're going to rule him down, but it's enough for Canton first down.
I thought one was going to turn up with that one. He surprised me with that last second pitch. Pretty smooth.
First and 10 here. Two back set. Run a little trickery. Oh, and Otto runs right into Grebner. Metamora defense sniffed that one out. Loss of 8 on the play. Make it 2nd and 18. Metamora and Pekin has been announced as the GLO Game of the Week next week. Metamora is going to take a timeout. Their first of the second half. With 2:47 left on the clock, Redbird's 47, Little Giants 14.
Good thing to see about the crowd is the students sticking around. You can always depend on them through thick and thin. And it's pretty filled still. And it's been raining off and on all night.
Would like to send a congratulations and good luck as well to the Metamora Great softball team. They'll be playing the state semifinal tomorrow in Normal at 10 a.m. against Tri-Valley. They won their quarterfinal game this morning, 8-0. So good luck to the Redbirds.
And I believe Metamora Great baseball regional champion too.
Yes. And we do have to give a little bit of a shout out. Lumpy Vogel did pick up the regional championship win for Dunlap Valley. He's built a dynasty over there, so he's 2nd and 18 here for Canton. Barnhart alone in the backfield. He's going to lock it down the...
Did he get it?
Hash marks. Wallace with the catch. It's a first down for Canton. Barnhart just lofted it up there. Took Wallace and the defender a minute to find the ball.
Phenomenal catch, though.
Had to come back a little bit for the ball, but great job by Wallace to find that one. So now trips left. Out of the shotgun, Barnhart's going to roll out to his left. Surveying the field. He's got a man in the end zone. Intended for number 6, Worley. That was Ben Eckstein there defensively for Metamora, and he seems to be a little bit shaken up as he exits the field.
Yeah, we're all good down here. Just got the wind knocked out of him.
It's a good play by Worley. It's really all you can do at that point is just try to knock the ball down.
Trips again. Oh, that ball came out, and Canton will recover. Well, they'll lose 2 yards on that play. No, they're actually going to call it incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Barnhart facing quite a bit of pressure here tonight by the Redbird defense.
If I remember right, Colt, this rain wasn't really in the forecast all week, and really at this time.
It's crazy how the week has changed. On Tuesday it was in the high 90s, and tonight we're down in the 40s, low 50s. Delay a game is the call here on Canton.
Illinois, where we get all 4 seasons in 1 week.
Gotta love living in the Midwest. So brings up 3rd and 15 here. A dominant performance here tonight by Metamora. They lead 47-14 with 2:04 left on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Barnhart's going to take it, roll out to his right. It's deflected, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I think Barnhart just wanted to get the ball away at that point and not get hit. Seemed like there was a lot of red in the backfield there.
Brings up 4th and 15 here. And a flag on play. Multiple flags here. Redbird defense pointing towards Canton, and it's a false start. Push them back 5, make it 4th and 20. Even if Canton doesn't get the first down, they can at least pin Metamora deep in their own territory. They're going to do a little trickery here. Barnhart's open, but he is not going to get the first down. And Metamora will take over on downs. Dalton Shuda in on the stop for the Redbirds. So with 1:47 left to play here in the 3rd, Metamora takes over. 1st and 10 from their own 24. Going on 9:45 here tonight. Still in the 3rd quarter. Hand off here at Davis. Davis will get a gain of 3, bring up 2nd and 7.
You know, with Mark Frederick having what seems to be an ankle injury, I would like to see Cam Davis out of the game, being up 33.
Bring in Cranford again, but it's Davis still. Single receiver each side. Hartnett's going to take it, hand it off to Davis. Davis will fall forward and get a Metamora first down.
And I would say this is probably the hardest. It's been raining all night. It looks a little more misty, though, but very annoying, naggy rain, and it is coming down, as you can see it in the lights.
So 1st and 10 here for the Redbirds. Hartnett out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it off. Davis will get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Redbirds up big, 47-14 over Canton. Take this time to thank some of our sponsors.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, how's the college visit?
You remembered. It's good.
Does it make the short list?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Knowing our clients personally is what we do.
It's okay. This is what we've been planning for.
And with over 13,000 financial advisors, we do it a lot. It's why Edward Jones is the big company that doesn't act that way.
For financial strategies and one-on-one advice, contact Kevin Kyle.
And we got Cranford in the game.
Guys, as I'm looking down here, a lot of white pants because they've not too muddy, but Dalton Shooter with the dirtiest pants award. I mean, that doesn't really surprise me.
2nd and 10 here to start the fourth quarter. Cranford with the handoff. He'll go backwards. Loss of 2 on the play. They get a loss of 3. 3rd and 13. They're going to hand off to Cranford, and he's going to go backwards again. This will bring out the Metamora punt unit. Bring up 4th and 16 here for Metamora.
Guys, just a little update on Frederick down here. He looks to be okay. He iced his ankle for most of the third quarter, but he's up. He's walking a little bit, and it might just be a little stinger, and I'm sure he'll feel it tomorrow, but he looks to be just fine.
Looks like the shoe is back on. Hansen takes the punt. Good one here. Gonna take backwards hop, but it'll be down at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Canton. Metamora needs one score to get this to running clock as the rain continues to fall here at Malone Field. I will say a less than gorgeous night. But still a great night overall. Send out a congratulations to our Hall of Fame members as well as we talked in the pregame show.
Glad we got the homecoming parade in too.
Barnhart can air it out down the sideline. Incomplete. Tried to fit it in to Dylan Watt. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Remember a couple of years ago, back in the fall of 2020, or I guess it'd be fall of 2019, they had no homecoming parade because of a rainout, and then had the football season, and then some COVID. So that was just an unfortunate year. It's nice to have those little things. You look forward to little things like the homecoming parade.
I will say we did get lucky today with the rain that it missed the parade. So 2nd and 10 here. They're going to hand it off. Wallace. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down.
And a whole lot of red in on that one. And Ryan, like you said, it's a lot of the little things that matter in life. You never want to see a kid's season get cut short, and when they only got a limited amount of games to play, you want to see a kid be able to play all their games and experience all that, childhood has to experience.
Absolutely right.
3rd and 10 here. Barnhart going to air it out down the sideline again. And, in and out of the hands of Watts. That one could have been a touchdown, but it brings up 4th down. Canton's pretty well in must-go-for-it territory, down 47-14. We might see a punt here. We will. This one's booted away. No one back deep for the Redbirds. And take a good hop for Canton. We'll be down at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10, Metamora.
You know, I got to give it to Cale Barnhart throwing all night. He just launched that ball about 40 yards in the air, right in the breadbasket again. And it's raining. Nice to see a high schooler be able to do that.
Like I said earlier, it's not a typical Canton team that you see from year to year. You just think of the big linemen and the big running backs.
Oh, yeah.
And they're always going to give you a run for your money. But this is more of a pass type team. They're not afraid to air it out. And maybe I know they got a new coach 4 or 5 years ago. That might be the play style. But it's not a stereotypical Canton team here. And not a bad team by any means.
Hartnett's going to take the snap, and he'll give it to Cranford. Cranford will get forward for about a gain of 1.
And Colton, I meant to ask you this. Do you see Canton's future staying with the middle line, or would you like to see them explore a different conference, possibly?
I think eventually it will result in them leaving the conference. There has been rumors about that. You look around at all of their sports, and there's times where they struggle to field teams, especially at the underclassmen level. Handoff here to Davis up the right side. I do eventually see Canton making the move out of the middle line. They'll bring up 3rd and 3 here.
Now, on the other half of that question, who would you like to see added to the middle line?
Well, if there's 2 teams that I'm looking to add, I'm looking at LaSalle, Peru, and Galesburg. And it would not be surprising to see 2 teams possibly leave the middle line. And if that's East Peoria, maybe Limestone that joins Canton, if that day ever comes, I think Galesburg and LaSalle, Peru would be your top 2 teams that you're looking to add. Handoff here to Cranford. Makes a big hit, thrown forward. But he may have got enough of the 1st down.
And I remember saying this a couple weeks ago, Colton, when we were playing LaSalle Peru. Love their stadium. Love their stadium.
Howard Fellows Field, a beautiful stadium up there in LaSalle, Peru. A bowl atmosphere, great grandstand. A little weird on the visiting stands, like right on the field with no separation between the bench and the stands. But overall, a great place for a high school football game. Handoff here to 22. Cody Harrison.
But yeah, guys, I got to agree. Really cool field. I actually just got to go there for the first time last season. I think last season, yeah.
And now the rain is really coming down here at Malone Field. In the 4th quarter, 7-17 and counting. 47-14, Metamora leads.
Ryan, you look well suited for the rain, brother. You got the rain jacket on, just,
I got the windbreaker pants, and I got my mom's wind jacket on. So,
yeah, man, I got a hoodie on, so it absorbs the rain. Yours deflects it.
Yeah.
Handoff here to Cranford. He's going to try and get outside. Fights through a couple of tackles and gets out of bounds at the 25. They'll bring up 3rd and about 7 here.
Hey, he got his first varsity touchdown. You can tell by that one. He wants to scrape another one in before the game's up.
Tell you what, he does not look nor run like a freshman would. You would expect, as if you would expect.
No, kid's got some legs on him.
He's got great vision, the ability to hit the spin cycle. And off here, Hartnett has it. He's going to try and get around one defender, and he does. Can he beat the second? He won't. Oh, he's tossed out of bounds. At 25, so no gain on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Colton, do we have a true backup quarterback, you'd say?
I believe Gavin O'Loughlin has been that guy to step in this year, and I don't know if we've seen enough from him.
I'm not sure who it was, guys, but I went to the JV game here some weeks ago, and whoever was playing was throwing a beautiful ball.
Well, we're going to break a little bit from our high school coverage here after the punt from Drew Hansen. This one's high, and it'll take a Redbird bounce all the way down to the 42-yard line. Albert Pujols has hit home run number 699, a 2-run home run to give St. Louis the lead. So 1 away from MLB history, becoming the 4th player to hit 700 or more home runs.
Colton, last week at this time, I think you said the exact same thing, and I was standing in the exact same place right now when he hit 698 last Friday.
You would be correct, Ryan, yes. Seems like our Friday night thing is to announce an Albert Pujols home run. And would it not be fitting to see Albert Pujols hit number 700 tomorrow off Clayton Kershaw?
In the 7th inning, possibly?
Would that not be a beautiful thing? Handoff here to Wallace, though. He's got a room up the left sideline around the 30, breaks 1 tackle, breaks a second. But he is out of bounds. They're going to blow this one dead. He stepped out around the 13-yard line. But it's a big gain for Wallace and Canton.
And the Canton faithful is alive and well over there. Little roar from the crowd over there.
Hey, it's nice to still feel the kids' support. Even when they're down, they appreciate that. You know, they only have this game for so long.
Big run there for Wallace, and he's going to get the handoff again. He's going to lower his shoulder, get forward for about a gain of 4, but a flag on the play. Personal foul, face mask against Metamora.
Quite a couple of those this game. Quite a few, I should say.
So that will make it 1st and goal for the Little Giants.
And guys, if I'm not mistaken, the JV game that I was at versus Washington, I think Nick Rose was playing the QB. Threw a nice little ball, too.
Handoff to Wallace. That will make it 2nd and goal.
Student section very excited about some new entries here.
Yep. Seeing some new entries in this game, 47-14. 4 minutes left to play in this game. 2nd and goal. Handoff Wallace. And he'll get in for the touchdown. So touchdown, Little Giants.
And for Canton, it's nice to see that your running back running hard, and you can't lose sight of the big picture. There is going to be another week of football. In fact, there's going to be multiple weeks of football, and Canton's not a bad team by any means. We've seen them break big plays. We've seen the quarterback hit the receivers on the dime, and on the other end, we've seen great catches. So I mean, this is not a bad Canton team by any means. And I remember saying that last year, and I might have jinxed Metamora. I was on the Clutch Sports media call, and I said, I was telling Joey Wright from Clutch Sports. I said, Joey, this Canton team is going to upset someone late in the season, and it happened.
It was a bad snap, and the conversion is no good on the bad snap. So 3:56 left to play. Metamora 47, Canton 20. Redbirds will move to 3-2 on the year, 2-1 in the Middle Illini. Set up a big matchup next week in Pekin against the Dragons.
And Ryan, just to add on to what you said, even with Canton being down this much with just a couple minutes left, I'm just happy to see him still playing hard.
Exactly. Just going to hope for a grief-free last 4 minutes here.
Absolutely.
So we had 2 blowouts here tonight in the Middle Illini. Dunlap 49-0 over East Peoria, and Washington 49-0 over Limestone. Limestone has been eliminated from playoffs with tonight's loss.
Never a good feeling as a player, especially that early in the season. I was fortunately, I did that my junior year back in fall of 2017, and man, it takes the wind out of the sails knowing that you're not going to get a chance to play in the playoffs, but you still just got to try to make the most of it.
Kick here. Ooh, big hit there. Nick Rhodes on the return. He lowers the shoulder. So we got 3:51 left to play.
Yep, they bring Nick Rose in the game. QB.
Handoff. Following his block. That's 22, Cody Harrison. And that'll move the chains for a Metamora first down.
Hey, I love to see Metamora's sideline energy.
And you'd think we're going into the fourth quarter tied up here. And they are ecstatic on the sideline. Always good to see.
Always good to see.
Well, it's a good win to pick up going into a big game next week. I know this game's not over and they still got to think about this one while it's playing, but I mean, everyone knows next week's a big week.
Pekin always kind of a strange place to play, I always thought.
Very strange, man. My senior year, we know what happened there.
It's always good to see teammates being happy for other teammates. Another carry here. Harrison, can he break it off? Up the right hash mark, but it's down around the 10-yard line. Cody Harrison, he wanted a touchdown run.
We need to get him in the end zone here.
Good for him, man. You know what Coach Kurt says? Run it again.
$47-20 is our score. 2:30 left, and the clock is ticking. Redbirds are going to have to hurry. Get this one off.
5.
They're going to hand it off. Harrison forward to about the 6-yard line.
It's kind of one of those tough decisions as a coach you got to make. Do you need the ball, or do you let those subs kind of try to get one in the end zone here?
I think it's a mutual agreement to where when you put in the subs, you still let those guys play.
Yeah.
Metamora with over 456 rushing yards on the night. Just a dominant ground game tonight here for the Redbirds. Handoff, Harrison. Going to follow his block. It'll bring up 3rd and goal. Give it to him one more time and see if he can punch it in. Yep. Well, I think it's safe to say we'll go ahead and name our player of the game here tonight. It's going to be Kaden Hartnett for the 2nd week in a row.
Yep.
Just go ahead and go out on a limb there, fellas. Handoff, Harrison.
Come on, kid.
And he's in for the touchdown. Cody Harrison takes the Redbirds all the way down and punches it in. Extends the lead. Makes it 53-20.
Cody Harrison, a senior, got the student section cheering his name. You know he's having a blast of a night right now.
They're going to send Morgan out there for the extra points. Snap, hold. The extra point is good. So with 46 seconds left on the clock, Metamora 54, Canton 20. Redbirds back-to-back victories. They end this homestand. Tough tests on the road coming up. Pekin and Dunlap. Dunlap will not be easy to end the year. Five plays, 66 yards on the touchdown drive there for the Redbirds.
Dunlap producing some talented athletes over the years. You got Mangieri, Miaman, Benny Hoff. Pogue's playing D1 baseball, right?
He is.
Yeah, was at Illinois and just recently hit the portal. He's down at Arizona State. Now his family lives down there. Real good friend of mine.
Oh, what a beautiful place to be.
This one's pooched up the middle by Morgan. Carter Hart falls on it.
I actually find out we talk about that. So the Dunlap QB from that good state championship team with Benny Hoff and all them, he actually lives with me. So Miles Burke is one of my roommates, one of my good friends. So that was one of the tougher teams I've seen.
Yeah, let's see. When Benny Hoff was a junior, they had the Mitchell twins, and I was real good friends with Harlan. Not sure what he's up to nowadays, though.
We'll get more subs in here. Likely the last play. Handoff. Handoff to 31. Logan Graham. We're going to try and run one more play here.
Little Hail Mary action to end it. Air it out a little, maybe.
Handoff here. Graham again. And that will do it. The Redbirds are going to get out of here tonight with a big victory on homecoming. 54-20 is your final. Just a dominant performance all around by the Redbirds here tonight. Ryan, Matt, your final thoughts here on the game.
Yeah, like I said, not a bad Canton team and not a bad performance. They still had 20 points, but Metamora's hot right now. They're going to look to stay hot next week. The tougher conditions both teams threw the ball very well. Well played game. It's going to be more than just a tough task next week. They're going to have their hands full.
Ryan, to add on to what you said, very well played game. The ball was thrown real nice. Despite all the personal fouls in the game, there's a lot of class being displayed right now. Opposing teams are patting each other on the back, but the seniors on the field got one homecoming game. Metamora walked off with a victory. They had a great night. And overall, just a huge game for them to win going into next week because it's no secret. Pekin is one of the more talented teams in the conference and just a big confidence boosting win to go into that week.
Final stats here tonight for Canton. 18 rushing attempts, 34 yards, 2 touchdowns. Passing, 11 attempts, 24 yards, 224, 11 completions on 24 attempts, 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 230 yards total offense. For the Redbirds, Jadon Cranford, 10 carries, 25 yards, 1 touchdown. Cam Davis, 18 carries, 97 yards. Mark Frederick, 6 carries, 40 yards, 1 touchdown. Kaden Hartnett, 14 carries, 231 yards, 4 touchdowns. And Cody Harrison, 6 carries, 67 yards, and 1 touchdown. A total of 460 yards on the ground here tonight for the Redbirds. Throwing wise, 5 completions for 48 yards. Kaden Hartnett, 1 touchdown, 508 yards of total offense here tonight for the Redbirds. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll have our Germantown Grill player of the game and a chat with a very happy head coach, Jared Grebner. Welcome back to the broadcast. I'm joined by head coach Jared Grebner down on the sideline. Coach, just a dominant performance here tonight from your guys in a game that they really could use a dominant performance.
Yeah, I thought the offense came out with a little chip on their shoulder. They executed really well. The offensive line blocked well. I thought defensively, we came out of the blocks a little bit slow, and it seemed like it took us a little while to kind of get used to some things. But then they ended up settling in as well. But the offense set the tone tonight.
We talked about it last week. We've seen them progress throughout the last few games. Had a great game last week all around, but led your guys here tonight, Kaden Hartnett. I mean, what can you say about that guy? The senior quarterback continues to lead.
Well, one thing that we definitely emphasized from him this week is just carrying out fakes, and that was from all of our backs. Because if they start to try and key in on one individual compared to another, it makes the defense's job a lot easier. And so when they start doing that, and the offense blocks really well, it's easier for Kaden to make some plays. Cam had a lot of hard-nosed plays, sticking his nose up in there. Got some wonderful blocks, and so it was an all-around team effort.
Kaden finishes with 4 touchdowns on the night. Went for 4 in the first half. It seems like when when you need that boost of speed, he provides it, and when he finds that hole, good luck to the other team's defense.
He is able to find seams really well. He just kind of has a knack for it. At the beginning of the season, he would get a little bit impatient and try and start and bounce things a little bit too soon, but he is starting to develop a knack, and some of that just comes along with getting a feel for plays, getting a feel for game action, and trusting your teammates. And we talk about that all the time. You don't trust that that block's going to show up, and so it all goes hand in hand.
Kaden, a big night, but your defense, they stepped up as needed as well, getting you off the field quickly at times with multiple 3-and-outs and slowing down a very good running back that Canton has in Lashawn Walsh. I mean, what can you say about your defense tonight?
I thought the defensive line and the linebackers played really well. I thought their run fits were really good. DBs, we had some things to clean up. Just got to make sure we don't fall down, or make sure that we don't lose our guy because we get caught peeking in the backfield and things of that nature. But I thought the front guys, when needed to, were able to put pressure on the quarterback and were able to come up with some big stops.
Big win tonight here on homecoming. Our homecoming Hall of Fame class was inducted before the game, and you were a part of that, Coach. So we do want to extend our congratulations to you on that.
Thank you.
And just a special night and a special honor for you, and then to go out and get a win here tonight.
So it's always great to be part of the Metamora tradition, the Metamora community, and the Metamora family, and it's an honor to be inducted into the Hall of Fame with a lot of other special individuals, a lot of great teams, great teammates that we went in with tonight, and for these guys to come out and play like they did and carry on, Metamora tradition and play hard in front of a great crowd. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Coach, we'll let you go on this big game, last 2 weeks for your guys at home. You get a tough road test against Pekin next week. It's going to be the premier matchup in Central Illinois next week over in Pekin.
Pekin presents a lot of problems. They got a lot of weapons. In the backfield at quarterback, at wide receiver, their defense is sound. They like to hit, and so it's going to be a matchup where we're going to have to bring our A game because they're that good, and they can score from many different ways, and they can stop you on defense as well. So we're going to have a great week of practice and go over there and give it our best.
Coach, we'll let you go. Again, congratulations on both the win and your personal achievement of being in the Hall of Fame tonight. We'll see you next week over in Pekin.
All right, thank you very much.
We'll take this time step away, talk to our sponsor from the Germantown Grill for tonight's Germantown Grill Player of the Game.
Central Illinois, you asked for it and we listened. Germantown Grill is growing to meet customer demand, adding more dining space and a private gaming area featuring games powered by Gold Rush, the gold standard in video gaming. And Germantown Grill still has all the food and spirits that keep our customers coming back. Stop by to check out our daily specials. The game's on at Germantown Grill, where Central Illinois loves to eat. Open 7 days a week, just off Route 116.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth, and we'll go ahead here tonight with our player of the game. And who is it? None other than one Kaden Hartnett. For back-to-back weeks, Kaden Hartnett is our Germantown Grill player of the game. His final stats tonight, 14 carries, 231 yards, 4 touchdowns. Completed 5 passes on 8 attempts for 48 yards and 1 touchdown. Kaden Hartnett is your player of the game. That'll do it tonight for our coverage here in Metamora. The Redbirds, 54-20 over the Little Giants. Again, next week, our coverage over in Canton will start around 7 o'clock. Hope, barring no technical difficulties, we appreciate your patience week after week as we still work out the kinks in this new situation that we have going on here. But we do appreciate your support of the digiMAX Sports Network. Redbirds moved to 3-2 on the season, 2-1 in the Mid-Illini. Little Giants fall to 1-4 on the year, 1-2 in the Mid-Illini. For my partners in the booth, Matt Nelson and Ryan Vogel down on the sideline, this is Colton Taylor signing off from Malone Field on a Redbird winner here tonight, 54-20. We'll see you next week in Pekin.